Welcome back, everybody, to the Man Cave Podcast. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the episodes so that we can do this full time and George doesn't have to kidnap children for a living anymore.
I only do that on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yeah, I'm sure. So we got a little creative idea for you guys. So if you ever watched SNL, sometimes there's like I don't know if it's like a game you want to call it, but there's like a segment that they do where they'll read a news article and then try and predict who they think the actual criminal is.
Like the race of the person?
Sure.
Ethnicity?
Race, ethnicity is probably a better word. So George is going to start us off.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I'll start
sure.
off. Yeah, because I did. Let me see my notes here.
Yeah, because you said you had a bunch of stuff that you were so excited
I didn't say a bunch. I said let's see.
George is actually like, you ever do like a class project and then it comes time for everybody to chip in on their part and then somebody's just sitting there hoping that their turn gets skipped or the class ends before they have to go.
But I did do it. Okay. The entire time I am like, it's just, time is running out. If you talk for an extra 5, I don't have to go. All right, so I hope I understood correctly because I did get like articles.
Is this bingo all over again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I did get articles of situations that I thought would be funny to bring up, and I guess you have to guess the person, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give a brief description of it.
Yeah.
All right, so a man leaves kids in a car at McDonald's so that he can run off to an interview, and he gets arrested.
A man leaves... Do they say what city this is in?
They do not.
Okay.
As I said, man leaves car at McDonald's parking lot so that he can run off for an interview and gets arrested.
That's tough. I want to have to say this is a black man.
What makes you say that?
Because it's McDonald's. Like, who the fuck else is going to McDonald's?
A lot of people go to McDonald's.
Are they really?
If it was a Popeyes parking lot, then I got you.
Okay, sure. But like if I'm in like a affluent neighborhood, there's not a lot of McDonald's around. They have stuff like Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this is.
You're locking it in on black man.
Full send.
You are correct.
Of course. Oh man. He looked like actually like he was trying. Yeah, he was actually really.
He was like, I have to have my kids. Nobody can watch. I did hit up multiple people. They said no. I do got to get this interview because I need this job.
How old's the kid?
They didn't describe.
Oh man. Somebody.
Well, they do. Youngsters. Ooh, this is bad.
Oh, okay.
Ages 1, 6, and 10.
1, 6, and 10.
Spent their time alone. At the McDonald's.
Where's the mom?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, this is fucking crazy. Wow. So I'm 1 for 1 right now. Yeah, I want to do good in this.
Yeah, I think you will. You're pretty racist.
Yeah. All right. So this guy. This is a good one. All right. Man accused of stealing $19,000 in windows at Cape Coral construction site.
He was stealing windows.
Yeah.
So it's a white dude.
Okay. That's what you're thinking?
I think so. I think he has his own construction business.
He's an inside job.
Shit was getting expensive.
Shit. Let me go over here. A man has been arrested for allegedly stealing over $19,000 in windows.
That's a lot of windows.
Yeah. And impact sliders at construction site. According to Cape Coral Police Department, a public service aide responded to a construction site and took a report for grand theft. The project manager explained that 10 windows and 4 impact sliders were delivered earlier that week. The installers arrived the day after delivery and took the windows and sliders. The total estimate cost for the stolen items was over $19,000.
This is only 10 windows that equate to that much?
Yeah.
Windows are expensive.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll give you one last detail before I tell you a guy's name.
Okay.
A local security camera revealed a dark gray pickup truck with a trailer driving through an intersection near the home.
Yeah, the pickup truck is still leaning towards white.
You think so?
Yeah. It's like an F-150.
All right. Actually, it's 32-year-old Alejandro Rodriguez. You know y'all be in that construction field.
That's true. I should have locked into that because They definitely would be the ones who be like, yo, we could steal these windows and we could sell it
facts
back to the people we just stole.
But you know, when I was reading it, I thought that's what they did. I was like, yo, they stole it from the construction site and tried to sell it back to the fucking contractors. That's unbelievable. Hold up. But we'll see if
it's one of those situations where you go to a mom and pop shop and they're selling a window and you're like, what the fuck are y'all? How did y'all come up with this?
Where'd you even get this? And it's like, thank God Windows don't have like serial numbers, right? Because then it'd be like, yes, a dead giveaway. Look at here you go.
Say a man stole thousands of dollars worth of construction equipment from a job site, then tried to sell the materials. And they say this wasn't just some random thief targeting the property. NBC2's Mohammed Abdul Kawi joins us live.
You can't even
fuck up his name.
Oh.
That's right, Peter. Here in Northwest Cape is where police say Alejandro Rodriguez delivered windows, stole them, and wanted to resell them. A traffic camera and a dedicated detective helped them figure out this was an inside. Cape Coral police say on May 23rd, a project manager reported that 10 windows and 4 sliders were missing from a home construction site. They were delivered earlier that week.
I think we're kind of seeing more and more of it only because Cape Coral is growing so much. There's a lot of construction.
Where is this Cape Coral?
New windows aren't
I believe Cape Coral's in
police say these
New
are
Jersey.
worth $19,000.
Yeah, bro, but so it was a bit of an inside job.
Yeah,
he was the guy delivering. That's crazy. That's crazy. He didn't think for 1 second he would be the first person that they would look at.
Yeah, right. This is not part of the topic, but I saw this video on TikTok where this guy, a plumber, unclogs a restaurant's toilet and they refuse to pay him for it. He sent them the bill and everything. They're like, we're not paying for it. So he came back the next day and reclogged it.
I would have probably just turned the water off. They had to shut down for the whole day.
But they have video footage of him coming, opening up the shit and like throwing a balloon in
Oh my God. Oh my God. A balloon?
Yeah.
Cape Coral's in Florida, apparently. So this video makes 100%.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's on brand.
All right. So on to the next.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if I can trick you up a little bit. All right. Man falls into a well. No one sends help because everyone thought it was a ghost. Cops save him 3 days later.
Man falls into a well. What?
Man falls into a well. No one sent help because they thought it was a ghost screaming for help. Cops save him 3 days later.
Who's most likely to fall into it? First of all, where the fuck are wells even at?
Right, I don't
in
know.
America. This is America. Do you know?
I know where it is.
Okay.
Not in America.
Okay. It's not in America.
No.
So you're not going to tell me the city or
No, because it'll give it away.
Oh, okay. So this is a white guy.
The guy falls into a well.
Yes.
Screams for help for 3 days.
Yeah.
No one sends help because they think it's a ghost.
Okay. So it's somewhere where it's like a shanty town because they believe in ghosts for whatever reason. There's a well. So it's not like a major urban city. Yeah. It's got to be a white guy.
It's not in America.
It's not.
I said it's not in America.
Oh, it's not in. You did say that. Okay. But no, I'm still pretty sure it's like a well, like a white, like Germany or something like crazy.
Da! Just like, oh, it's got to be a ghost.
Yeah, Transylvania for 200, Alex.
All right, is that where you're locking it in?
Yeah, it's a white person for sure.
Right,
a white guy.
Go ahead and open up the article. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm confident in this.
Wrong. Chinese man trapped in a well for 3 days as villagers mistake his cries for ghost sounds.
Oh my God.
I knew I was going to trick you up with the Chinese.
Yeah, that was good. I would have never guessed Chinese actually.
Yeah, literally falls into a well and the villagers are like, oh no.
That was racist as fuck.
What do you mean? I just said, oh no.
Yeah, but it was the way you did it. You know exactly what you did.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I knew that shit was going to trip you up.
Yeah.
And what's funny, not to keep, it wasn't racist what I did. But I was like, let me see if I can find crazy articles of like Chinese people like stealing shit or doing some wild shit. Really couldn't come up with anything. They're pretty calm and composed and
for the most part.
But they do fall in wells apparently. And they don't help each other because they think it's a ghost.
Does that speak to their ability to drive? No,
Just leave the silence
He's not gonna say anything.
The silence is loud.
Stupid. Oh, all right. This one's gonna be good because I couldn't even figure out at first.
What the fuck? You reading the article?
Yeah. A child said there was a monster under the bed. The reality was even more horrifying. When a child in Kansas complained to the babysitter of a monster under the bed this week, the reality was far more sinister than the common childhood fear. When the babysitter attempted to show the child that there was nothing under the bed, she came face to face with a male suspect who had been hiding there at the time, the sheriff's office said. So we got Kansas.
You got Kansas. Motherfucker hiding under
the bed.
This could be anything.
Yeah, this could be anything.
This literally, there's not a lot of clues. The Kansas was probably the biggest clue in the article. But I don't know who's out in Kansas.
Okay. I'll give you his first name, Martin.
That's not a lot either, but Martin. I'm gonna throw. What is Martin up to? Why is Martin in under the bed? What is Martin doing? Yeah, I'm gonna go white guy again.
Okay. Incorrect.
A young child proves to his babysitter that sometimes monsters are indeed hiding under the bed. While watching children at a Grand Bend, Kansas home March 24th, a babysitter made a chilling discovery when she found a man, later identified by the local sheriff's office as 27-year-old Martin Villalobos Jr., hiding under a child's bed. According to a statement.
So what's up with you? What did you actually Google? My man has 2 Hispanics back to back. What point are you trying to prove?
What do you think I'm trying to prove?
I'm seeing a theme here. And if the next one is also Hispanic, we got a problem here.
You know, it's so funny because whenever you look on like Twitter or whatever, you never see anything about Hispanics doing anything.
That's not true at all.
Yes, it is.
They're being deported because that's all they talk about is what they do.
No, but those people are mostly, like, not mostly. A lot of them are innocent. Like, you're getting deported on accident. And funny enough, like later on, I have a crazy like deportation story.
I'm sure you do. We're keeping with the theme, I guess, on Larry's side of the fucking table.
Nah, but y'all try to play low key like y'all just all hard working. Y'all don't do nothing wrong. We come to this
country, right?
Look,
we lay low.
The usual suspects. Well.
Los usual suspects.
Los usual. Yo, it's funny as hell. I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, we got 2 Hispanic back to back. This guy's like
crazy.
Villalobos. What is Villalobos?
Yeah, that could
like Venezuela.
Yeah, that would be my guess, but I think it's just because it starts with a V.
Yeah. Also, it could be like Argentinian or something. Right. I have no idea.
But this motherfucker was really in the bed or under the bed.
So apparently, like, he had like a restraining order or something. I think he used to live there. And he was like just hiding out from the cops and staying under the bed. I'm like, bro, they don't have a basement? Like, what
that's where you were?
Under a kid's bed? That was so weird.
Imagine the kid, bro. That kid's got to be terrified.
Yo, what?
Like, I would be terrified. A man under the bed.
But like the babysitter to go, I'm like, I ain't no fucking.
Look, grown man just sitting there like,
staring at you.
No dice nada. La policía la migra. Shh.
Bro, I would never go back to sleep.
No,
like,
bro.
I'm gonna have to be in a well-lit room and I'm checking underneath the fucking bed every
fucking time with a shotgun in hand.
No, dead ass. Or you just start shooting through the bed and then go to sleep.
All right, bro. On to the next. If there's another Hispanic over here, Larry, we're gonna have to talk about what your Google
let's talk.
My man said Hispanics getting locked up articles.
Nah, I put in Hispanic stealing.
I'm sure there was no shortage of articles.
Nah.
Okay, man creates fake arrest warrant out of boredom. Gets arrested because of the article, but then they find out it's fake.
He's black for sure.
That's your take?
100%. 100%.
Chinese man creates a fake
but there's a problem when I do it.
Chinese man creates fake arrest warrant out of boredom and creates offers financial reward, and eventually gets arrested. Cops find out it was a fake article.
He made
printed it out in the news, like everything. Like he sent it to the news to get it printed. Okay. They printed it out just because he was bored.
You know what? if I had not jumped the gun and I let you read, I probably could have guessed that this was someone of Asian, because that's a very well thought out troll.
Yeah.
Like it's almost too good. I'm like, why would somebody go to this length? Like, oh, okay, because they're bored.
They're bored.
Yeah,
like all right, I've had this idea for a while. Let me do it today.
And you know what? It's like one of the creators of Death Note would probably
100%
some shit like this. Like, yo, that's wild.
Yeah. So now we got two, back-to-back Chinese articles. One stuck in the well, the one who just fucked around and got himself arrested for shits and giggles.
Yeah. How is that even illegal though? Like, it's misinformation? Like,
No, I mean, they locked him up because they thought it was real, but then they found out that it wasn't, so they had to let him go.
Oh, he made it about himself?
Yes. He made the article about himself to get himself arrested, just to tell them that it wasn't a real fucking article.
Yo, you know what though? If he had used that as an opportunity to sue the police,
he would lose.
Do you think so?
Yeah, they were going off of this search. The warrant is on the paper.
Okay.
How are they supposed to be like, this is fake?
Because they're supposed to know that. They're the police. They issue the warrants. They are supposed to have the
So they should have
data.
searched his name and shit. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like are y'all not doing y'all job?
Probably not. He should have sued. It don't take much to change my mind.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're awful. All right.
On to the next one. I'm going to
you'll-
guess Hispanic. Fucking God.
You'll never guess, actually. CCTV shows shoplifters using pythons to distract cashier before stealing from gas station.
Indians.
Because it's a snake in a gas station.
It has all the equation equals Indian.
Oh my God. All right. Footage shows a male suspect place one of the pythons on the counter of the gas station in Madison County, Tennessee, before dangling a second snake in front of the cashier. It is 4 suspects, and they stole $400 worth of CBD oil. Still think it's Indian?
The CBD does change it a bit, but not by much. I'm gonna keep mine locked in.
All right, cool. It's black.
Really? Y'all, what are y'all doing with snakes?
I don't know, bro. I don't think there's any sound with this one, but there's a guy standing at the register. They're basically holding the snakes in front of him. I guess they're making him nervous.
They're gonna throw it on you.
Right. This is kind of crazy. But $400 worth of CBD oil? Who even really uses CBD oil?
I'm sure they didn't know what that meant. They thought it was like weed or weed liquid, and would probably try to sell it somewhere else as THC.
Oh my God.
Because CBD doesn't do shit.
No, I've tried it.
Doesn't do anything.
I've never. Some people say it's good for pains and aches and stuff, but like, is it really? I would rather just smoke if I was in pain.
I've tried CBD also, like internally, like pills and topical stuff.
And you don't even smoke.
And I don't smoke, so but I never didn't feel a difference.
Yeah, if you were going to have some kind of effect, you would feel it for sure. Your body's basically a virgin.
Yeah. Just a crazy thing to agree to, but I will agree.
What choice do you have? Shit.
Yeah, so 4 black guys just robbed a fucking gas station for CBD using a couple pythons.
Well, there was a girl involved, but sure, 4 blacks, as you would say.
That's what you said.
Oh, well.
Following in your footsteps. Was she also black?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so man dressed as Ronald McDonald wrestled down to the ground while he's trying to rob a McDonald's.
He's dressed as Ronald McDonald.
Let me start. The Florida man dressed as Ronald McDonald wrestled to the ground by the cops and yells, "I am a clown, stupids."
Oh my God. This guy is crazy.
This is psycho, yeah.
Psychopath. Who the fuck is going to dress as Ronald McDonald and think they'll get away with it? Every guest so far has been like white guy and then one black person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you've been tripping me up. Who's brave enough to actually try and do some shit like
I don't even know if it's bravery. It's just somebody's mental capacity snapped. It was a breaking point. They said, fuck it. I'm dressing up as old McDonald.
Yeah. I'm going back to it's got to be a black person.
That's where you're landing?
Yeah. Just the McDonald's thing, like, I can't shake it. What the fuck? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like, is he white?
I would say white.
Okay.
Fucking crazy.
He looks like a maniac.
He looks like a psychopath that I would hate to run into. Christopher Merlot.
Okay.
40 years old, dresses as McDonald's character in a bright yellow, red, white costume and a big red nose, and was wrestled to the ground and arrested for trespassing at a shopping center last week. Okay.
You know what? The Florida man shit was probably a dead giveaway. But I didn't want somebody in the comments to be like, oh, Larry just thinks white people are so bad. Of course, the black guy blaming white America. But no, that's actually appropriate.
That's
like,
spot on.
Florida man, like, usually ends up being a white guy doing some outrageous shit, like having a pet alligator or something fucking stupid. All right, here's one, like I have this one and then I have one more.
Okay.
But this one is kind of wild, actually. A tourist is attacked by locals after climbing Mayan temple in Mexico. Footage shows security guards pursuing tourists up the ancient Mayan temple before he's attacked by members of the public.
So who's the tourists are the one that got arrested?
Yeah.
For climbing a Mayan temple.
Yeah.
And then they got jumped by Mexicans.
Yeah.
This is a story. See, the thing is like, I'm trying to think who the fuck would be in there. Like, I'm allowed to climb this, right?
Yeah.
And I go straight to white people who are like, the rules don't really apply to me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
also
for everybody
in
else.
Mexico.
Right.
Right. Like, what are you guys going to do to me here? I'm American. If
Yeah.
y'all can't climb this, I can climb this. That's where my mind went. But there's also, every guess has been wrong when I listen and I think about it. But I think that's where I'm going to stick.
Okay.
White people.
So you were close. He's white, but he's German. And the temple is apparently like a pyramid. Stupido. Look, and then people are going up after him.
That one can't even make it up. The second dude, he's like,
Yeah,
I should have
I'm
never
fucking
fucking came up here.
And then look, the guy ran around and then ran inside the temple.
Wow, dog. Military really showing up.
Yeah, yo.
They was like, we about to fuck him up.
Like, who the fuck do you think you are? But no, that's wild that you said that, because it's not just white people who do this. I think people on vacation generally have this, like, oh, the rules don't apply to me. I'm on vacation. When we were in Thailand, specifically what the tour guide said was like, don't play with the monkeys. Don't give them anything. Because first of all, like, monkeys are dumb strong and they're wild animals. Like, they'll peel your fucking scalp and eat it like a melon.
Yep.
So we're visiting this like sacred temple where it's like beautiful, but there's like all these monkeys climbing these trees. And then this guy, for whatever reason, is trying to like tease the monkey with like, I think it was like a Gatorade bottle or something.
Not even something that I think a monkey would want, but all right.
But no, they were snatching people's bags, like their chips, bottles, whatever they could get, they were stealing it. And so my wife sees this guy playing with the monkey and said, "Stop playing with the fucking monkey."
Who said that? Your wife? Yeah. You know why? She was like, it's a little too close to me.
Joe, he was dead in front of us. So if it snapped, it was coming after everybody. Bro,
do that shit over there. Don't bring that shit over here.
Nah, but I was so glad she said that, because I was getting paranoid. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to like pull us out of this shit if this thing goes ballistic. I was like, yeah, people are fucking wild.
Yeah, they don't think, bro. Like, they just travel places and be like, I'm just here to have fun, and whatever happens, happens.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
You got any more?
I got one more.
All right, cool.
Okay, woman calls 911 over stolen weed, gets arrested for outstanding warrants.
This is probably the best one yet. Wow. What an idiot. You call to report stolen weed?
Yep. And then you get arrested because you have outstanding warrants.
What was she expecting the cops to do about something that's probably illegal anyway, wherever she's at.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I always save this part for the second laugh. Florida woman caused over stolen weed. Arrested for outstanding warrants.
Oh my God. I'm going to go with, this is an Hispanic woman. It's a Latina. Gotta be. Because who the fuck, like, ain't no white woman about to call about some stolen weed. She's just going to go get some more. And why would she have an outstanding warrant?
Right.
That's one of yours.
It is.
Yeah. Easily.
It's a Hispanic woman.
Of course.
And her boyfriend Carlos stole the weed.
She called the cops or her boyfriend
Carlos
over some weed,
Yeah,
and then she in jail. Oh,
and she gets arrested.
Bro, that is wonderful. Oh my God. That should be like a Netflix episode or something. Like,
I read it and I was shaking my head.
Yo, was that from New York Post? Where'd you find that one? That was hilarious, bro. I want to have to go and check out some more.
No, actually, so a couple of the three that I have there's a website based on Florida people.
Oh, okay.
And that was on there.
Oh, okay.
It's called floridaman.com.
Whoever made that is a genius because there's a ton of stuff that you could go off.
But I had to throw a woman in there to mix it up because I knew we was just gonna throw guys.
Nah, that was good. Yeah. That was good. All right, so this one isn't exactly like as funny as the other ones were. Maybe it is depending on who you are.
Oh, so it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, but there's a guy, Renato Subotic. I'm butchering his name for 100%, and I apologize. But he is an MMA coach. Guess why he got arrested?
The MMA coach?
Yeah.
Fighting. I don't know, actually.
So he was coming to the U.S. He's in Australia. He's coming to the U.S. To give a seminar.
Okay, and then he saw like a couple of guys that were up to no good, and then he jumps in and accidentally kills all of them in self-defense.
Wow. Definitely not.
That was
I don't even know where the fuck you got that from. I guess you came here after watching Jackie Chan, a Rumble in the Bronx.
I just figured this guy could fight. He comes over here, his hands are lethal.
Okay.
Accidentally kills a couple people.
That was a really good guess, George.
That's in the beginning of Con Air. With one of your favorite.
Who?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God. Yeah. Top 5 worst actors of all time. This guy arrived in America and got stopped at the border. Immigration pulled me aside and took me into an isolated room. The officer interviewing me looked like he was looking for something wrong. It was obvious why I was in the U.S. I gave them every specific detail about my seminar, my plans, everything. They kept me in that room for 3 hours, asking endless questions. I was collaborative. They told me there was a mistake with my visa and that they were taking me to jail until they figured out what was next. Just like that, no clear explanation, no chance to talk to anyone, no rights. They handcuffed me, put me in a car, and drove me to federal prison. They stripped me of everything, took my clothes, gave me jail clothes, fingerprinted me, took photos, searched me, gave me a blanket and sheet. Then they walked me to my block 4B. So bro was arrested just for not being a U.S. citizen.
And he's Australian?
And he's Australian.
Okay.
And then they tried to deport him.
To where? Back to Australia? They sent him to Mexico.
Bro, what the fuck is happening in this country, bro?
Yeah. When was this? How recent is this?
This was just the other day. This was he just posted this yesterday.
Okay.
This was fairly recent. Isn't that insane?
That's nasty work.
And then my wife's friend was going to the she's like 9 months pregnant. She's going to get like a checkup or something at the hospital. And she said they asked her at the hospital if she's a U.S. citizen.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Where is this?
In Texas.
Wow. Well, if she said no, would she be denied service? Would be like,
right.
Stay here. And then ICE shows up.
Like, what the fuck are you going to do? She's 9 months pregnant. You're going to deport her so her kid isn't born in the U.S.?
Probably the thing, right?
That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
It's the time we live in, I guess.
Yep. You know, get here legally or don't get here at all. Tapping into it. Did you ever see that clip where like this lady, one of the far right, was like, hard immigration, get everybody out of here. If you don't come in legally, you don't deserve to be here.
Okay.
And the dude was like, what if Jesus was trying to come into America? And she goes, as long as he follows the right the right paperwork and rules.
They be saying anything. They be saying anything. Like Jesus. Well, it's believable. They did kill him the first time. So.
Right. They're not about to let you in now. Go back over there.
Fuck around and find out, bro.
Yeah, crazy times. But I thought this episode was good. Definitely racially motivated.
Well, our viewers seem to have liked that in the past. So we'll see how people feel about this one. And we'll get the random guy come back like everything's still about race with these two.
Right. You guys never changed the topic.
Fuck off.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, just like Larry asked in the beginning, if you made it this far, you enjoyed something. Hit like, subscribe, and comment down below. Bye.
Okay, George, that was weird as fuck.